coming in there after you. We're going into your butt. You know how this works. All right. Get up on top. There you go. Well, that's messy. Now you're stressing while you're breathing. I got you. I know. I got you just slowly. I got you just slowly. Can I see? Oh, look up. It's all right. Look up. Yeah, I know. Oh, no. Yeah. Excuse me. Ready for me to catch you? Huh? One more bit of rudeness, if I can get it out of the package. Okay.
Don't kill me. Don't kill me.
Did you have to knock my samples on the floor?
Say I did. Come over here. No?
All right. Who's that? All right, you can let that back in.
We're done. We're done.
You're finished?
There's Papa.
That's it, huh?
There's the samples going out to the lab, and here's my two, which she conveniently knocked on the floor. So now I got to know the difference between floor organisms and this stuff came from my
Yeah.
nostrils. But give me a few minutes to get some answers.
Do you want to, so she's ready to, oh,
She can go
okay.
right back in there if she wants.
You want to go back in? She may not want to go in there. Uh-oh, that's a problem at home. I worry whether I can get her in there or not, you know? I'm going to leave you in there, okay? So did you see anything?
Did you do that off the thing? Okay.
Oh, did you want that up there?
No, that was a toy for her. I was giving it to her. Okay, yesterday, well, the last time you were here, I told you my worst fear was that it was going to be a fungal disease. Today, I can actually see them, and I took some pictures.
Oh, okay.
See, there's the spore. You can see the little stalk that's going down right there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another one,
More.
same thing.
Yeah.
There's two more. There's the actual spore itself, stalk going in one direction. This one actually didn't have a stalk on it, but it was a large spore. How is that for cool?
Well, that's really neat. But but you can't tell which fungal disease.
Like I said, statistically speaking, we veterinarians, unless you're going to do a PCR thing, we'll just call this aspergillosis at this point in time. Aspergillosis can actually affect humans as well. So if you're having your own coughing problems, it may be secondary to the birds. So.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not. But well, so you've got some liquid for her that would.
This hospital does not carry the drug of choice, so I'm going to see. Do you know who your favorite pharmacist would be, or?
Well, I use Kiesler, but no, I don't really have one because my wife was using CVS and now using Rite Aid.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just going to write you a script. Okay, itraconazole is a drug of choice. Okay, it's a very, very strong once a day antifungal. You'll be giving, I believe, depending on how it's dosed, usually it's 10 milligrams per mil. You'll be given 0.1 or 0.2, once or twice a day. Once a day. I just don't know who has it. Of the hospitals that I work at on a regular basis here in Associate usually carries it for me just for that reason.
Yeah.
But these guys don't have it yet. And it's not the cheapest antifungal there is, but it shouldn't break the bank. Okay.
Well, is this in lieu of sending the culture out?
We're going to send a culture out because I'm still seeing a few bacteria, but not as much as I saw before.
Okay.
Okay, so like I'm saying, I really see an improvement today as I was catching her up. I still have a hard time with her being named Bubba.
Yeah, me too. We never.
My mind goes. I look at a bird and I think of their name, and then I go back to their sex, and going from Bubba to her, it's just hard for me to do.
She was supposed to be a he. That's for sure.
All right, sorry. Try not to be sexist here. Anyway, here's the bad news. Again, this is a sporulated fungus. Okay. When I start giving this antifungal, we're going to be looking at those stalks and the roots and everything else actually dying. The bad news is that spore is unaffected. That spore is just that animal in suspended animation. Okay, waiting for the next time that her health gets weaker, or there's a lot of humidity in the air, which welcome to Mississippi, and it'll allow it to grow again. So this is probably going to be a chronic problem throughout the rest of her life.
Oh.
All right. So this is the worst case scenario. So she's going to be on antifungals for a long time. I'm going to recommend at this point in time for at least 3 weeks, probably even a month.
Whoa.
And like I said, it's a small amount. It shouldn't make too much of an issue. If we're having any problems, we may want to pull some blood and check her liver enzymes and make sure that this antifungal medication is not causing any problems. But it's needed. It needs to be done.
Okay. So I'm going to go to the drugstore. Well, can they find the?
Kingsford may have it.
They won't give it. Oh yeah, if I have a prescription.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know whether they give it to me or not. I mean, they don't do animals.
Well, the way I write it down is I'm just going to write Bubba Alien in parentheses and then your last name and the rest of the stuff. So,
So what am I doing? Calling them and other.
Call them and see who's got it for you. You got it.
Okay. And the dosage is going to be once a day, whatever, 0.1 or whatever.
Right. We have to find out what formulation they have. I'm going to put down how many milligrams, and they'll figure it out from there. Okay.
And then, do you want to see her back?
At this point in time, we're probably not going to see any improvement for about a week. Okay. things can get worse before they get better. Imagine all those things dying at the same time. When it comes to the drugs that we use to kill the organisms that are infecting us, bacteria have very, very short lifespan compared to most. I mean, TB is an organism that takes several months to grow, but back to the fungus, most bacteria can cycle within 8 to 24, 48 hours, so they grow pretty quickly. Fungi, on the other hand, are multimodal. They're going to start off as what they call the mycelial form. Then from the mycelial form, it grows stalks, and then the stalks grow spores. So I can actually, the medication that we're going to be giving doesn't actually kill fungi. It stops them from reproducing and stops them from forming their cell wall. Okay. So in other words, the response we're going to get is going to be a little slower, and depending on how much of her is infected on the inside, it may actually cause some secondary problems. But for the most part, I'm going to say if we're doing good, okay, then probably won't need to see her back for 2 weeks. Okay. If we're having any problems in the meantime, let's keep in touch and let's see if we can manage any secondary problems and so forth that happens at that point in time.
Okay. 2 weeks. I got 2 kids getting married in July. One the first week, my daughter the first week in July, my son the second week. But unfortunately, the first one is in Panama City. So I'm going to be out of town the week of the 4th of July, maybe most of the week, maybe the whole week. I don't know how that's going to work because I'm not going to take her.